Hey guys, it's me, the one Citrian, and Elizabeth just dropped, and we're going to summon for her. So, the reason why I'm not gonna live stream this is because I don't have the amount to guarantee Elizabeth. So, we're gonna try and get her using the guaranteed SSR. But before that, we're going to do our ritual, which is to climb on top of Leona's castle. And we're gonna see if we can summon Elizabeth. Okay? So we're just gonna fly towards the top of Leona's castle, and we're gonna see if it works. I mean, it has worked multiple times already, so I have faith that it's gonna work again. My trusty old summoning ritual. Okay. We're just gonna climb on top of the tower and hope for the best. I still can't believe how high this tower is. And I'm almost there. And switch to Escanor. Alright. We are now at the top of Leonis Tower or castle. Alright, let's summon for Elizabeth and hope that she goes home. First multi. I don't think that has Elizabeth. Yep, correct. Next multi. So there's nothing significant happening on screen. It's blue. Let's see. Yeah, it's blue. Yeah. Oh, we got the fox. Nice. So this means I'm gonna get my guaranteed SSR. I really do hope it's Elizabeth. Elizabeth, come home. Let's go. SSR. Please. Let's have Elizabeth. My nunchucks. Gauntlets. Let's go! Oh my gosh. My ritual always works. I love it. Alright guys. We have Elizabeth. I can't believe how easy that was. Anyway, so let's see Elizabeth. Her detailed specs, not specs, her detailed skills. Oh, she has her default is actually her swimsuit, but we also have the tavern waitress. This is her, I think, the Leonis Castle or something. And this is from season 2 of the show. Anyway, let's look at her info. So her adventure skill. While out of combat, recovers 5% of the team's HP every 5 seconds. If the team's HP drops to 10% or below during combat, performs an emergency recovery of 30% of the team's HP once. and has a cooldown of 240 seconds, which is about 4 minutes, if I'm correct. Yes, I'm correct. This is actually a pretty goated skill to have, especially during raid where you're getting your ass kicked. Anyway, so that's for her grimoire. So passive decreases allies damage taken from enemies afflicted with splashing around. Splashing around, okay. When the hero attacks an enemy with their special attack, so I'm guessing this one, quarter cannon, their weakness damage increases by 10% for 20 seconds. Oh, nice. Each time an ally lands an attack on an enemy afflicted with splashing around, it increases all allies' defense by 2% for 20 seconds. So this is really good for Sword and Shield Escanor, Diane, and for the overall survivability of your team. Okay, so your normal attack, pretty standard. Okay. Ooh, so if you're gonna look here, your attack gauge, she actually charges it up pretty quickly. So the special attack, so increases damage equal to 80, inflicts damage equal to 82% of defense, and applies splashing around on the enemy for 40 seconds. So splashing around decreases the defense by 20%. So she scales off defense. Oh, that's nice. Nice. And her normal skill, every 1 second for 20 seconds, restores the HP of all allies in range by 0.4% of max HP plus 4.5% of defense. If the remaining HP is 30% or lower, additionally restores all allies' HP by 10% of max HP plus 80% of defense. This is actually a really goated healing skill, not gonna lie. It trumps Theores and Kings simultaneously. Did it say 80% of defense? I mean, 8 defense in this game is like the highest stat you can use or you can have, or apart from HP. Attack is always the lowest if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, magic gauge 600 and tag gauge 509. She also is a charger, so she charges up your tag skill and your magic, so it's actually really good. Then tag skill, nothing pretty special about there. So her ultimate move, every 8.8 seconds for 11 seconds, restores HP of allies in the range by 1.5% of max HP plus 22% of the hero's defense. Heroes in range gain reaction immunity, and if the remaining HP of allies is 30% or lower, damage taken decreases by 30. So pretty goated. Does this say reaction immunity for 11 seconds? That's actually really good, not gonna lie. Goated, by the way. So she's your pretty very meta, she's a pretty very meta healer and support for everyone, since if we're going to check, she is right. She is, yes, correct. She is a holy specialist. Okay, so that's pretty nice. So for her next set of skills, so this will be, I think, wind. Oh, okay, so this is a support for wind characters. So for Clotho especially, so increases all allied wind heroes pierce by 0.3% of the hero's attack. So you get 8, so 80. Nice. So you get 0.3%. So you get a maximum of 80%, I think. When an allied hero attacks an enemy afflicted with weathering, normal attacks damage increases by 60%. So this is a very good support for Clotho, especially her staff. Yes, staff. If I for the staff Clotho, since she scales off of normal attacks. So normal attack, nothing special there. So here decreases the hero's magic consumption by 10% for 15 seconds when using ultimate moves of allied winds, heroes in range, or combined attacks using the ultimate move as the base. And for 40 seconds, increases normal attack crit damage of all allies in range by 50%. Am I seeing that right? Bro, what? For 15 seconds, or no, for 40 seconds, increases normal attack crit damage of all of allies in range by 50%. Yo, that's goated. That's really goated. Then we have normal skill. Increases all allies wind attack by 30% of the hero's attack for 40 seconds. So maximum of 3000. Inflicts damage equal to 100% of attack and applies weathering for 30 seconds to enemies in range. So weathering means decreases wind defense by 0.5% of defense for 30 seconds when taking wind damage. So if this one scales of defense and HP, this one scales of defense and attack. Nice. Okay. Then her ultimate, every 1 second for 10 seconds, inflicts damage equal to 20% of attack on enemies in range. Each hit on attack applies Rupture for enemies. So Rupture inflicts additional wind damage equal to 10% of Elizabeth's attack and decreases crit defense by 0.8% for 30 seconds when hit by wind attacks. Maximum of 50 times. That's a crit defense decrease of 40%. She's goated, man. And for her wand, when the hero activates an Earth Burst, also she's a burster, resets all allied heroes' normal skill cooldown and increases all Earth allied heroes' crit chance by 20% and pierce by 10% for 40 seconds. Did they really make a goated support character for Holy, Wind, and Earth? Nice. Resets all allied heroes' normal skill cooldown. Goated. Especially for Axe Diane, because Axe Diane's skills are very, very long, or very, very, what do you call that? The duration is very long. Hey yo, you got rolling ham attack. This one's with, ain't no way this one's with Hawk. So special attack increases Earth heroes burst efficiency equal to 40% of crit damage for 20 seconds, then inflicts damage equal to 102% of attack. Hawk impact. Oh, it is with Hawk. Inflicts damage equal to 157% of attack, then additionally increases the burst gauge by 3% of attack. Max 500. She is a burster. Okay. Hitting an enemy with Earth Burst activated increases all allies' Earth damage by 50% of the hero's crit damage for 40 seconds. So she scales of attack and crit damage. Saints Retribution, nothing special about that. And for her ult, inflicts damage equal to 276% of attack. Each hit of the attack increases damage by 5%. 50 times. So does that mean it increases damage by 250%? Oh my gosh. Bro. I can't wait to build this character. Anyway, so that will be it for our roles and our first impressions. So let's build her team for now. So for my wind team, I can equip her in place of, should I go Tiore or Hauser? Since I need a healer, let's switch Hauser. So we're gonna switch Elizabeth for Hauser, or we're gonna switch Hauser for Elizabeth. So this is gonna be our wind team, our cold team. For our holy team, we're going to use Escanor Great Sword. Then we're gonna use Elizabeth. Where's Elizabeth? We're gonna use Elizabeth for our healer. So that means we can use, who else can we use? I think we'll use King and Dreyfus for now. And for King, we'll use his wand, I think. Yeah. Or no. Since Elizabeth will be our healer, yeah, I think we're gonna need a King wands. Okay. So I think this is gonna be our main team for now. I don't have much of a support. I mean, what can we do? And for Earth, we're going to use Diane, then King. We're also going to use Elizabeth and Tiore. Yeah, we're gonna use the family. Okay? So Diane, Gauntlet or Axe. I think we're gonna go Axe. Then King Wand, Elizabeth Wand, and Tiore Staff. This is gonna be our stone team. Okay? So anyway, I think I'm gonna build my holy team first. So get ready for that. Anyway, that will be all for our video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.